All right, today we're going to talk about Snapseed. It's a free photo editing app, and it's also very good at letting you control your edits so your photo looks exactly the way you want it instead of just touching a filter and, just letting the app decide for you. So, top row, it's a white icon with a leaf, green leaf looking in the middle of it. So, let's open that up. When you start, it's going to let you open your photo from your camera roll, so you can do it from device. From camera just means that you would be taking a photo to use. Open latest image. Your more recent ones are going to show up here. So let's start with this. So when you first open up the app, you get their looks. It's the same thing as when you go on Instagram and you just put on a filter, that sort of thing. So by all means, go ahead if you kind of see one of these little previews that you like, you can click on them and they're going to actually show you, it shows you which edits are on there. It's just a pre-done filter. So if you like one of these, say you like that one, then it's okay to go ahead and click on the check mark. Click on that so you accept and apply the look to it. So if you like that, it's fine to do that. Save it for your own interest. But for class, we're going to be working on editing it ourselves instead of just a pre-done app. So if you want to keep this one, the share button, the box with the arrow coming out of it in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, if you click this, it's going to let you either share it, open it, save copy, etc. What I do is I just automatically save a copy. So now that copy is sent to my camera roll, so I have it. Okay. But now at the top right hand corner, there's like kind of a bendy arrow going backwards over a stack of squares. So when I click on that one, what that does is this is where I can undo my most recent edits. So if you're doing a bunch of them and you want to just take one step back, you can undo, redo, revert, or view edits, which is kind of nice. So right now we're just going to revert. It says discard changes, yes. That just takes us back to the beginning now. So besides those looks, which are under this little rainbow thing at the top, what you are going to do is you're going to go to this pencil in the middle here, okay? So when you tap on the pencil, you get all of your tools. So all those filters that you got in the beginning, they're made using these tools. So now you're going to be able to do it and control exactly how you want it. So the first one we're always going to start with is the top tune image. So it's the top left-hand corner. So we're going to click on that one. So the thing to realize, any of those tools that were on the previous screen, there's always more than just what you see on this app. So right now, if you look in the top left-hand corner, it says brightness is 0. Okay, that just means brightness is the current tool that's active. But if you click on adjust in the bottom, you can see there's actually in this first tune image app or tool, there's brightness, there's contrast, saturation, etc. So when I scroll up and down with my finger, I can change that. Okay. I can also just hit the screen and get to that. I don't have to hit the adjust button at the bottom. But up and down is going to change which tool. So if I want to work with saturation, notice how it changed in the top right hand corner. Okay. If I go back to brightness, there it is. So now if I'm going to try and adjust the brightness to my photo, now I touch the screen and I kind of scroll back and forth right and left. So any tool, you go up and down to select the tool, and then you go right and left to add or subtract. So right now I can add brightness. I can take brightness away. Okay. So if you're going really artsy and you want one of those looks, you can do that. Most of the time, especially at the beginning, we're going to edit for enhancing and kind of doing it a little bit subtly, but we will get to some kind of crazy edits, a more artistic look. So let's say I want to add or subtract contrast. Contrast just makes more of an extreme between your lights and darks, or takes that away and it flattens it out. This is a flat edit, it's more grayed out. If you notice, you kind of lose your highlights and your shadows, like the extremes of them. And this is going to make the highlights and shadows more extreme. Okay, so let's say we put it here. Then we scroll up, we're going to go to saturation. Saturation, you guys know, adding color, subtracting color. You don't usually want to go 100% unless I was going for like a really specific look. I mean, it really makes the lifeguard station pop for sure. But one thing you can also do is if I desaturate it, now I know what it looks like as a black and white image. And then the interesting thing is if I go back to contrast while it's black and white, I can actually kind of figure out like, hey, maybe I actually like a little bit more contrast in this photo. Because it's black and white, I can see contrast a little bit. So sometimes you kind of want to do that as you're editing. You can kind of do the saturation, desaturate it, and then you can see your contrast better. So I can kind of decide where I want that for a little bit of pop on the blue of the lifeguard station. Since it was an overcast day, it kind of started out really gray. So add a little bit of blue back onto that. Ambiance, sometimes it's called vibrance in other editing apps. And basically what it's doing is, people think it's still just color, but it's more of a vibrance. Like you can kind of see the houses in the background behind the lifeguard station. What's going on there? It's ambiance is hard to explain, but it is adding a little bit of vibrance with brightness and color and just, you know, some of the background parts, especially to the photo. Be careful with ambiance. You can go crazy with it and it starts looking really artificial right away. All right, real quick, highlights. You're either going to make your highlights lighter or darker. Same thing with shadows. Make your dark shadows darker or lighter, taking them away or adding them. Warmth. When you add warmth, you are making it look more yellowy. This looks all of a sudden like it was taken at sunset. When you take away warmth, you're adding blue or coolness. So this is about a cool filter and a warm filter is what this is. Okay, we're gonna stick it kind of back in there. All right, the check mark in the bottom right-hand corner, you're gonna just hit that when you like what you see. You can also, real quick, if you wanna hold, you can just like tap and hold with your finger. This is the original and that's edit. So you can see it's kind of subtle, but definitely kind of perks up. And then just hit the check mark in the bottom when you're ready. All right, real quickly, we're gonna get to more of these photos, tools. Go ahead and play around with them. Just understand, like if we're cropping, then, you know, it gives you the grid. If you want a specific size or format, you know, then you can hit that. If you want to rotate it, it's all there, okay? The biggest problem people have when they're cropping, we're going to get into this, but they don't look at the background. Is there anything that needs to get eliminated from the back if we can? You know, we could take this in a little bit and get rid of that house if we want to, or we could keep it. I think it's okay either way, but just kind of think through that. All right, real quick. There's all kinds of fun apps, you know, and looks on here. If we click on the vintage one, just like I said before, just because I have this, it just automatically assigns a filter, right? The filter, within it, I still can scroll up and down. So within the filter, I can still adjust brightness and darker. I can still add more saturation within this filter if I want to. And I can add the strength of this. I can make this filter more, or I can make it less. So that's actually a really nice thing, because most time you just add the filter and you don't really adjust it. And this way you can adjust how dark the corners are and all that. I usually don't do a lot of vignette on this because I like to add the vignette specifically. I'll show you that in a second. But just realize, you know, there's all these different styles. And whichever one it is, you can make all those adjustments like we just said. Brightness, all that, okay? Blur, you can add blur on here if you want to, but I don't do it here because you can control it yourself later on, okay? So let's go ahead and X out of here. So just realize for any of these tools, if you click on it, there's all kinds of things to adjust, okay? All right, real quick, since we were talking about blur and vignette, another nice thing about this app is that you can control things. So right now, if I scroll up or down, I can add more of a vignette or not. So I can adjust the amount of it, okay? But if I hold on the blue, okay, Look at that. I can move where the center of my vignette is. So before it was in the middle, and so the lifeguard station, which is my focal point, wasn't really part of the highlight. So now I can do this, and by pinching and zooming, I can make it a little bit more, let's make it more obvious for you. I can make it more spotlight, or I can widen that, okay? So if I want to make it real narrow, I could. I think this is probably a little bit much since we're, you know, kind of making it a little obvious. You can also make the inside brighter or darker. So that actually is really nice when you have a person, like a photo of a person and they have a little bit of shadow on their face. So you can totally control everything on here. All right, real quick, we talked about lens blur. Since we're talking about that, just understand this does the same thing. It lets you reposition everything. So lens blur is, you can add the effect of depth of field, which we get into in photo 2. All that means is you can see as you're getting farther away from this lifeguard station, it's adding a blur. Okay, right now it's elliptical. You can also do linear. Okay, so let's go back to elliptical. I can pinch this. I can reshape it as much as I want to. I'm just pinching and, you know, kind of zooming on the screen here. I can adjust the blur strength. So once again, just go side to side. So you can see how the blur strength, now if you look at like where the trash cans are in the background, you can still see the trash cans. If I make the blur strength a lot more, the blur is way more obvious, okay? So sometimes you want to kind of make it a little more subtle. These two circles, it's also kind of a nice thing. You can adjust the transition. So the transition just means what you have in the focal point in the first circle, the inside circle, is clear. Everything on the outside of the far circle is going to be blurred. Everything in between the two circles is transitioning from like clear to blur. So depending on how big you want your transition to be, you can make that transition smaller or bigger. You can make the blur strength less or more. Okay, and so when you finish, might be a little obvious on that one, right? But you can make adjustments. And we just undo it if we don't like it. All right, that's basically it. When you're done with a photo, you're going to save a copy. Okay. If you go to open and you want to work on a different photo, it will give you a little warning, because the one thing with this app is that you can't kind of come back and forth between photos. You do have to finish one, get it the way you like it before you do it. So I'm going to cancel that. Do I like how I edited this photo? Sure. So if I save a copy, I have the original. I can always come back to it again. And then I can go ahead and open up a new one. All right, so just a quick tour of Snapseed. Not that you can have figured that all out on your own, but a lot of people, you know, don't really realize. They think, okay, I'm just going to adjust the brightness, and they miss out on all this. And, you know, when they go into a filter, they miss out on all this, and then they don't realize that you can shuffle through different styles. You can shuffle through with that little 2x thing. Okay, so light leaks if you don't want them, if you do want them, scratches if you don't want them, if you do, or if you want just really, really light and subtle. So it's really kind of cool. You can adjust if you want a lot of style strength or not. So if you want this really kind of, you know, beachy, like old kind of beachy looking faded antique photo, you know, we can put it exactly how we want it. All right, so we will see you guys later.